Hey everybody, we're back with another video and another lesson in why I shouldn't go to $5 Tuesday at the movie theater, but also $5. Suck on that, Mickey Mouse. I'm not paying for your $30 Disney Plus bullcrap today. So, yeah. But also it is a pain in the ass because there are people talking behind me. But we'll get into that in the spoiler section because I think I should bring that up. But, overall, the non-spoiler section is beginning. So, grab a bucket of popcorn or whatever, and let's get on to the review. Black Widow. Everybody was waiting for it, especially since COVID happened and delayed it like a year. But how was it? Was it worth the wait? Especially since that was probably could have easily been the first female superhero movie made. But did they do it? No, they waited till Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, and then we have Black Widow. So, was it any good? I would say, yeah, I'd say it's probably one of the better Marvel movies. I would watch it over Captain Marvel. I might watch it over, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Watch it over any of the Thor movies. I'd say it was a pretty good Marvel movie. Without spoilers, of course. Honestly, the opening credits made me kind of uncomfortable. Just me, personally. Without, giving away, spoilers. It had, sort of a found footage documentary sort of feel in the opening credits. Made me feel like one of those, I don't know, those, PSAs kind of about, animal abuse or something was kind of the vibes I got, if that makes any sort of sense. I'll explain more in the spoiler section probably. But overall, with the music and the way they shot the videos they used or whatever it was, made me really uncomfortable. I don't know. I was, at least in my opinion, I thought it was kind of a less jokey Marvel movie, which I kind of liked. So that was kind of nice. There were obviously some jokes, as it is a Marvel movie. And then the jokes they did use, they kind of, I thought, repeated. And I'm kind of we don't need to do the same joke 3 times, but oh well. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. Cinematography was fine. Near the ending, the special effects got kind of shaky, so to speak, kind of iffy. I'm like, okay, I can definitely tell what's going on here. I can definitely tell we're in a movie. So that was kind of, I thought the after credits scenes were pretty decent. I mean, they didn't really lead up to huge events, so to speak. Cause some of the Marvel movies, they've got these giant world busting end credit scenes, and some of them have the Spider-Man Far From Home one or whatever, the Homecoming one, where it's just Captain America. So I mean, it's kind of a toss-up, but I thought these were pretty good end credit scenes. Nothing major. Again, it is kind of weird for me to watch a Black Widow movie, especially because, again, they did it right after Endgame, so it's kind of in a sense, to me, it's almost pointless. That's the thing, is I feel like they should have done this before Captain Marvel. I get not doing not before Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman is the pinnacle, the paragon of female superheroes. But again, this is Black Widow. She was one of the first major female superheroes. She was in 2012's Avengers, and we're waiting until 2021 to get a Marvel movie about her. What? You're gonna do Captain Marvel before Black Widow or something? What? Even I don't know. Especially Captain Marvel, in the grand scheme of things, in the Marvel universe, I feel it's kind of meh. They could have done She-Hulk or something, but whatever. That's beside the point. Without spoilers, I feel like I can say that it takes place after Civil War. I feel like that's kind of a nice place to put it. She's on the run, so it makes for an interesting dynamic. But again, I mean, they could have put it somewhere, like, makes me wonder, like, you know, because how, where else could they have put it in the MCU? Would this be the best place for it? I don't know. But yeah, overall, again, it was a good movie. Cinematography was fine. There were some special effects. It got kind of shaky. I feel like the plot was, again, it was fine. I was a little disappointed with Taskmaster, because, you know, obviously we know he's in the movie. I was a little disappointed with him, because I think he is a really cool villain, and there's a lot you can do with him. Judging by the ending, I don't know if they'll bring him back. There's a possibility, maybe. I don't think that's too big of a spoiler, but we'll see what happens. There's a bit of like a shocking twist that I feel like is supposed to be like bigger than it was. I don't know, but there's like a twist in there, and it's supposed to be like a big reveal, and it's kind of like yeah, overall, I mean, I feel like we get a pretty decent sense of like kind of Black Widow's past. Again, I don't know, I feel like they could have put it somewhere else in the MCU, because again, she's Black Widow, so we could have like really like gone on like any sort of secret ops mission or something, and that would have been interesting. So I feel like like, I mean, is after Civil War the best place for it? Maybe. I mean, granted, her being on the run is kind of interesting, but also, again, it's Black Widow. There are at least a few comic book runs that I know of. Again, I'm not like a huge Black Widow fanatic, so I don't know if there's a particular run that would have been well suited to put in there. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure Scarlett Johansson was like one of the executive producers I read on the credits. So I don't know if that played a hand in it or not. I don't know. But yeah, overall, maybe like I'd give it, at least after watching it last night, or yeah, last evening, I'd say it was pretty good. Give it a nice B or something. I thought it was fine, you know, kind of like generic Marvel movie, but it was better than some of the worst ones, if that makes sense, you know, not like a Winter Soldier or anything, but I'd give it a B. Also, speaking of Winter Soldier, I'm going to bring this up because it's not really like a spoiler. It's just the way they do the fonts. Like, I think it started in Civil War, but they do this thing, like, establishing shots, and they'll show the city, and they have in bright white letters, you know, like big white letters, like, you know, Cuba or Russia or whatever. And it's just like, come on, guys, like, I'm not like a filmmaker, but like, can we spice it up a little bit? Something, please? Anything else? Like, especially since it's a spy movie, they could do like, it's kind of generic and cliche, but like, they could have done like, you know, the scrolling text where it's like a typewriter or something. Because, I mean, again, it's a different director. It's not like it's the Russo brothers anymore. Like, we gotta spice things up a little bit, right? I don't know, minor complaint. Anyway, on to spoilers. We're gonna start spoiling the movie right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. Ooh. So yeah. I don't know exactly where to start, but, yeah. There was the twist of Taskmaster being, Drakovich, is that how his name is? I don't know. The villain's daughter. That wasn't, meh. That was okay, I guess. And then, the end credit scenes I thought were kind of interesting. They led it to Hawkeye. And they brought in the girl from Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I thought was interesting. So they're actually really doing things to connect to the MCU with their TV shows. Finally, because again, like they said they were going to connect them in Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Iron Fist. But they never really like connected to the MCU, which was really disappointing. It was kind of like meh. Like they mentioned them by name, but they never like showed up or anything. Kind of disappointing, especially because it's Daredevil. Like, Daredevil's fantastic, and you're not going to connect that to the MCU in any way. Granted, they were darker, but still. And then again, we have the joke of, like, the hero posing. I feel like they kind of played on that too much. Like, they did the same joke, like, 3 times. Like, come on, guys. And then back to the opening credits scene. I don't know, like, because you just get a bunch of, like, the history of, like, the Black Widows and, like, all those, like, pictures with the Teen Spirit cover. I feel like that was really, really weird. Made me uncomfortable, personally. But to each their own. I think that's about all I can think of at the moment. But, yeah. There's a spoiler section. Again, I don't know if I missed, like, any major Easter eggs. I know they said, like, Crimson Dynamo near the ending. Of course, Black Widow's dead. And yeah, they mentioned Iron Man. Maybe like a couple times. They mentioned Thor. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much it. Because again, I don't really get any like Black Widow references or anything, so I don't really know. But yeah, overall, it was pretty good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next review. Peace.